Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Um, I am Miss Stephanie, and tonight we are going to be doing a piano and chord class. So, what we're going to do is we meet once a month on Monday evenings. So, I hope you can continue to join us. If you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do, because there's lots of really cool stuff happening vocally, piano, ukulele, interviews, all sorts of cool stuff happens right over there on the YouTube channel. So, um, let's just do a quick review. Finger numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just remember thumbs are one. And I review this every single time because even my advanced students sometimes confuse their twos and fours. So just remember thumbs are one. Thumbs are one. Okay, so you probably don't recognize the background. I'm still at my vacation house, but I should be in my studio probably next week. Hopefully next week. If not, definitely the following week. And there you go with the kittens. Okay, so I am going to flip my camera over um, so that you get a view of my piano. Here we go. So I have marked middle C here just to kind of remind you and give you a visual as to where we are. So first thing I want to go through is a scale in the key of C major. So here we go. We start with our thumb, number 1. 1, 2, 3. And then we bring our thumb under to the next key. Okay, so let's do that again. We start with our thumb on C. 1, 2, 3 on E. We bring our thumb under to F, and then we finish out with G, A, B, C. So let's do that one more time. We start with our thumb, walk our way up, thumb under, and then every finger gets a turn. But what goes up must come down. So here we go, going backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross over with 3 this time. Yeah. Excellent. So notice, let's go backwards one more time. Notice, or descending, notice that we use the same fingers on the same keys going forward, ascending, and going backwards, descending. The same fingers on the same keys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on F, cross with 3. And then at the end of every scale, I would like for you to play a chord. And a chord, that is 3 notes played together. And we are doing in thirds. A triad or a chord in thirds. So we're going from C to E with 1 and 3. And then we're adding on the top of the snowman with your pinky on G. So a C chord is C, E, and G. Excellent. So I'm going to go all the way up, ascending, and then descending, and end with a chord. Now, if you notice, we've talked about what to do with the mechanics of it, which notes to put, which fingers to put on which keys, if you will. But now let's talk a little bit about technique. If you'll notice, you don't see my fingernails when I play, right? You don't see me playing like this. We don't play flat fingered. You play the piano like you're holding a ball in your hand. So flip your hand over like you're holding a ball. And that would be the good hand position. Just like this. And then flip it over. And that is a good hand position. And when our hand is flat, if you notice, your fingers are not all the same length. But when your fingers are curved, or if your hand is like it's holding a ball, then your fingers are all on the same length. So we do this. Now we're going to do the same thing with our left hand. We're going to start with our pinky, go all the way up, using all of our fingers, and then cross with number 3. Notice I'm keeping my fingers nice and curved. Then I'm going back the same way I came, my thumb under to G. And then I'm going to end with a chord, C, E, and G together. Notice I play C with my pinky, E with my third finger, and G with my thumb. There it is. So go ahead and try that one time. Starting with your left hand pinky and going all the way up to your thumb. And then back down again, and then end with your chord. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So if you're catching this on the replay, that would be a great time to stop and rewind and go over each of these. So that was C major, and then a chord at the end. Left hand, C major scale, and then a chord at the end. Now let's talk about what a scale is. In music, we have key signatures. And so I might say, you're in the key of G. That means you play the scale of G. Or I might say it's in the key of C. That also means you play the scale of C major. We're talking majors right now. We're not going to talk minors today. That's for another class. So C major has 0 sharps and 0 flats. It's all white notes. So now we are going to go up a fifth, and that's going to be our next scale. We're going to go around the circle of fifths. We're not going to go around the whole circle today. We're going to do several scales. So we're going to go to G major. That's where we're going to go next. And listen to see if you can see where our first sharp is going to be. So let me move this over to G. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and start in G position. And I'm going to play it without the sharp. See if you can figure out where the wrong note is, where my sharp should be. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Ooh, did you hear that second to the last note? Oh my goodness, that didn't sound correct. So let me try to change that a little bit and see if I can get that to sound better for you. I am going to give F a sharp. And let me show you what a sharp looks like before I show it to you on. So what your ears heard was, wait a minute, that's not the correct scale, and your ears were correct. That was not correct. That second to the last note was not right. So if you were doing a C major scale, your key signature would be right here. And for C major, you have 0 sharps and 0 flats. So for F major, you have F sharp. And there's your F sharp there. So the key of G major has 1 sharp, and it is F sharp. So I'm going to set this aside for a moment because we're going to go on to another scale too. So let me flip this over and let's do our G major scale. So we're going to start right here on G. We're going to use the same fingering. 1, 2, 3, thumb under. Okay? So we are going to use the same fingering for C major, for G major, as we did for C major. 1, 2, 3, thumb under. 1, 2, 3, thumb under. Now, instead of hitting F, I'm going to hit F sharp. And then at the end, I'm going to do the same chord with 1, 3, and 5. G, B, and D. Excellent. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing with my left hand. I'm going to start with my pinky, my number 5 on G. Use all my fingers just like I did in C. Cross 3, F sharp, G. So there's no F in this. Thumb under, only F sharp. And then the chord at the end, G, B, and D with 5, 3, and 1. So go ahead and give that a try. Okay, so we're going to move right along here to our next scale. We have done C major and G major. Nice round walking fingers, never gluing our fingers to the keys. For now, keep it hands separate. We'll put it hands together later once you've mastered it. But notice that I'm walking my fingers. I'm not gluing my fingers. This is not how you play the piano. Only the finger that you're playing should be on the key. Everybody else is walking. See that? I'm not glued. I'm not glued. I walk. See that? Kind of grab the keys ever so slightly. So we did C major, which had 0 sharps and flats. We did G major, which has 1 sharp. Now we're going to go 5 notes up from G, G, A, B, C, D. And we're going to do D major. I'm going to start closer to middle C for consistency's sake. And I'm going to flip this over so we can talk about the next key signature. Because remember, when we say key signature, that also means what scale, right? C major had 0 sharps and 0 flats. G major had 1 sharp. That 1 sharp was F sharp. Now we're going to add a sharp. So here's what I'm going to do. I would like to go ahead and play it without the new sharp and see if your ears can hear it. So let me flip this over for you. And here I'm going to start with D major. Now remember, we had F sharp from our last scale. So we always keep our sharps from before, okay? So now what I'm going to do is keep my F sharp. And then let's see if we can figure out where the wrong note is, where I left the new sharp out. Oh my goodness. If you guessed the second to the last note, you were correct. Let me show it to you and let your ears hear it. F sharp, B, C sharp. So it is the C sharp that will be our next sharp that we add in our key signature. So let me show you how that's going to look. My writing's a little sloppy, but that's okay. You'll get the idea. Now, your key signatures for traditional Western music will always look like this. It will not change. So your F sharp will be up here, and your C sharp will be on this third space. In the bass clef, that's the treble clef, in the bass clef, your F sharp will be right here on the F line, our favorite line in the bass clef. And then our C sharp will be down here on the second space. Okay, so that's how you can tell a D major key signature. Okay, let me flip this over real quick. And let's get started with that D major scale. D as in dog. 2 sharps, F sharp, and C sharp. Here we go. Ascending and descending. Same fingering. 1, 2, 3, thumb under. Okay, here we go. 2, thumb under, C sharp. There you go. Now go back the same way you came. Walk your fingers, F sharp. Now, this is a really fun chord. Notice that my third finger is hovering over F sharp. So, my D major chord is going to be D, F sharp, and A. If you forget and don't play your F sharp, you will get a D minor chord, okay, which is a lovely chord, but it is not D major. So here is your D major chord. Now, let's do the same thing with the left hand. Use up all of your fingers. Keep that F sharp. Now add your C sharp. Walk your fingers. Thumb under. F sharp. Keep that F sharp in the chord. D, F sharp, A. All together. So, not only did you learn 3 scales today, but you learned 3 chords today. You learned C major, you learned G major, and you learned D major. So I would like to go ahead and do one more scale today. Forgive me, one more chord today. I would like to do your F major chord. And we're going to go ahead and do the scale, but the main reason we're going to do the scale is because we really want to learn this F major chord. And since we're going to learn the chord, we may as well learn the scale. This scale has a different fingering, okay? So, first of all, and it has a different key signature. So, I'm going to erase my sharps, and I'm going to put a B flat. So the key of F major doesn't have any sharps in it. It only has B flat. Okay? So we are going to learn this scale and chord. It is a different fingering. We are going to use our 4th finger right hand on B flat. We're going to go F, G, A, B flat, and then your thumb comes over under all the way to C. So it's a long way. You're going to go from B flat all the way to C. That's a really long distance, so it's going to feel a little bit strange. B flat all the way under to C. See how far I'm going? Now you're going to end on F, but you are not going to use your pinky. Your pinky gets to take a nap on this one. So here we go. Let's do that again. Notice my 4th finger just gently sits there. It's ready to go. B flat, thumb under to C, D, E, F. No pinky. Go back the same way you came. 4th finger on B flat. Excellent. And then your chord is F, A, and C. All together, no black notes. And that's the time that you use your pinky. Okay? So here we go. F, A, C. Now, left hand, we're going to do the same thing, but the left hand is just regular fingering. So the right hand has the different fingering. The left hand has normal fingering. So F, B flat, cross 3, and then go back. Thumb under, B flat. That's it. And a nice chord. F, A, C with 5, 3, 1. F, A, C. Now notice that an F chord is F, A, C. So if you can remember that an F chord is F, A, C, that will help you reading your space notes, F-A-C-E, okay? So our next thing to do is to just do a quick review. C major, thumb under. It was no black keys, all white keys, no sharps or flats. Left hand, same fingering that we learned before. Walk your fingers with them pointing down. Thumb under. That's right. And a nice chord at the end. Now notice, when I play my scale, I'm not at the very tip of the keys. I'm right around here, okay? Right around here. And I'm not inside the black keys, and I'm not falling off. Now, next thing that we're going to have is G major. A G major scale. Let's review that. G major had F sharp. F sharp. Left hand, same thing. We have F sharp, cross 3, F sharp, and chord. And then we learned D major. D major had F sharp and C sharp. Ready, go. Thumb under, and now our C sharp. That's right. 3 over to F sharp, and keep that F sharp for your chord. Excellent. Fingers pointing down, no flat fingers. Excellent. Left hand, same thing. Ready, go. C sharp. Thumb under, F sharp, and your chord. 5, 3, and 1 on D, F sharp, A. Last one. F major. F major has B flat only. We're going to start on F, and we are not going to use our pinky right hand. Here we go. Ready, play. Cross under. Cross over. So your fourth finger plays on B flat. Excellent. Left hand is regular fingering. Your second finger will play on B flat. And then your thumb under. 5, 3, and 1, F, A, C, and that is your chord. Okay, so hello Linus. Hello, Maggie. Catching this on the replay, go ahead and speed up and slow down. There's a little gear shifter on the side for YouTube, so you can speed up and slow down your tempo so you can see what's happening. These are the same chords that we do on a ukulele. When I play a C chord on a ukulele, it is the same as a C chord that you play on the piano. So you'll be able to jam with your friends. If you have friends that play the guitar or another instrument that is a chordal instrument, you can actually play with them on your piano. So learn these scales and chords, and you'll be able to play lots and lots of things. Next time, we will learn A minor, and then we will learn some songs using just these 4 and 5 chords, the 5 chords that we know so far. Okay? I hope everybody has a great time practicing. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share, because if you share this, then other learners, other people who want to learn will be able to learn how to play music as well. So that would be so helpful. Y'all have a great evening.